My name is Mr. Gray's brother. You can call me Mr. Gray's twin brother, and I'm going to be the host of this show here today. So, what do you say we get this show on the road? My name is Mr. Gray's twin brother, and this is a one of those shiny white things that you put stuff on, and well, I don't know. I'm a cartoonist, and I draw boards like this. And what else? Oh, if it's your first time joining the Mr. Gray Live Show, you can do 2 or 4 things. You can either B, get your pencils, crayons, or something else, or you can B, get your snickety snacks, and you can eat along with me. And it's a shiny board, and we're gonna draw cartoons today. Oh, producer Dozy, we gotta find out what tonight's theme is. What is it? It's Hillbillies. Tonight's theme is Hillbillies. You know, Hillbillies are the greatest people on the planet. Like me. My mama said I'm pretty because of my teeth. That's how I get all the ladies. Anyways, we gotta make it go away now. Woo! Did it go away? Okay, so I'm gonna be hosting the show today. Why does everyone look so bad? Everyone here looks so bad, and they all doing this. What does this mean? I don't know what it means. What? Why are you taking me away? Hey! Yeah, no, just keep them back there. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, everybody. I am the real Mr. Gray. I apologize. My twin brother is visiting from out of town, and he said, yeah, no, keep him back there. Anyways, I'm Mr. Gray. I'm your wascally cartoonist, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to draw silly hillbillies right here on my whiteboard. So make sure you stick around for the next hour as I teach you guys how to do that. And if you're wondering why we're drawing hillbillies, it was picked by you guys last week. So be sure throughout the show to put your themes in that you want to see me draw next Wednesday. And at the end of the show, we'll spin a wheel and we'll see what fate decides. But before we get into our drawing, if you are wondering who I am a cartoonist. I make coloring books. I only have 2 here. Not sure why. Maybe he took my coloring. Okay. So actually I have 3 coloring books, but my twin brother is coloring in my 3rd one. These are my 2 previous ones. They're super cool. They're on Amazon. They're on my website. Check it out. And what do you say we get into some hillbillies? I say yes. All right, let me get out my handy dandy marker. So if you want to draw along with me, let's start it off with a hillbilly pig, and then we'll get into some super silly hillbillies. So let's get into this. So if you want to draw along with me, make sure your paper is vertical on this one, and let's draw a hillbilly pig. All right, to do this hillbilly pig, we're going to start with, you guessed it, an eyeball. Once you have your first eyeball in there, we're going to go ahead and put in a big nose, just like that. And then when you have the nose in, you can do the rest of the pig. All right, so this is a hillbilly pig, so we're going to give him a fun little hat. So just follow along with me on this one, and it'll come to life. So right about here, you're going to do one nice curved line just like that. And his ear will actually be folded over underneath. And then right here, let's go ahead and put in our eye thingy. Speaking of eye thingies, let's go ahead and put some eyes in there. 2 little crossed eyes. So if you've ever seen me draw my pigs, I prefer nice square faces, just like this. Now before I move further, just so I don't erase it, you're going to want to put 2 ovals right in the center of his nose. and you're gonna color the right side. That way, you can see into his nose. All right, so now to hillbilly-fy it. Hilly-billy-fy, I have no idea what I'm saying. You're gonna do one happy little smile like that, followed by a big cheek. And then if you've watched any of my previous streams, you know how to do a mouth. It's super simple. Do one line that loops into itself, and then the center line, and all of a sudden you got a tongue. And if you want to make your pig a hillbilly, super simple. You just got to give him crazy wonky teeth like my twin brother. And one day, I will pay for his dental reconstruction. And then you can even add a little line underneath so we know that his porkiness is doing its thing. All right, let's actually finish this hat. So right here, and if you notice, I didn't make my line perfectly straight. The wonkier the better on this one because we want his hat to look all ripped up. So here we're gonna draw our brim, and it's gonna go into two ripped ends. So let's start with this end, just like that. And I'm just gonna go crazy with my lines. And you see I'm not connecting all of them because our brain does the rest. Keep your drawing nice and loose. Poor guy, looks like I cut him off at the top. But you know what we could do? We could fix that. Keep your hat the same. I want you guys to see this whole drawing. I'm gonna fold the hat over. That should do it. And then let's finish the other part of the brim. And again, all nice and ripped up. We can't see this guy, but we know he's ripped up. Basically, what I did up here that's off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little line here, is just what I did here. So now, let's go ahead and get into the body. So right off the back of his head, he's gonna be sitting on the ground. Just like that. And then we're gonna loop this into his first little foot. And then all we have to do now is go right off this line. And that'll be his hoof. His hoof. Okay. So how about we do his big belly? So for the belly, you're gonna start right about the center of his body, and that is gonna go right down into his foot. And then we are gonna add the other foot right here, and I'm just mimicking this same shape. You can hide that back there too. And then for here, let's just go ahead and add his little pig booby. Okay, now let's put in his arm. So you're gonna draw two parallel lines just like that. And then you're gonna round off the bottom. And then, you know, let's go ahead and sneak an arm back here. And then just like we did here, let's separate the hoof a little bit. And then what I like to do is I like to end all my characters with a nice drop shadow, just like that. And if you're at home and you're drawing along with me, which I really hope you are, color that in a nice rich black. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the lines so we don't bore anybody to death. Now, what I'm gonna do next is I'm actually gonna switch to, don't worry, there's gonna be a banjo, I just saw that. I'm gonna switch to a thinner marker. I always suggest doing different line weights to give your character more character. So let's do the pigtail. If you guys remember how to do the pigtail, it's super, super easy. You start just like that, with a backwards flipped upside down 9. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna follow that line parallel, and then you're gonna come right underneath it. And that's how you do a pigtail. Now, let's go around and add some detail and really bring this hillbilly home. So I'm gonna start with some nice chin hair, some cross hatching right there on his hat. All you have to do is that little hashtag or pound sign, and that will do the trick. And then you could even come here And you could draw some hash lines. Makes it look like it's in the shadow. Let's go around and add some texture dots. You can put this on the pig and on the hat. Since we're here, let's add a little belly button. All you have to do is a backwards C. And you know what? I think he needs some back hair. That's what I think. Tons and tons of back hair. And what would this hillbilly pig be without an American flag right here on his arm? There's his American flag tattoo. And lastly, at the very end, don't forget to sign your masterpiece. Just make sure you sign it as your name, because identity theft is a real thing, brother. Talking to my twin brother who tried to hijack the show today. I told him just watch from a distance, watch from a distance. I step out of the room for 1 second, he starts the stream without me. So, welcome guys. If it's your first time joining the Mr. Gray live show, I'm Mr. Gray. I'm a cartoonist. I make coloring books and about to make a bunch of other cool stuff that's coming soon to my website. And what else? That's about it. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So if you're looking for a break from the crazy world, or you just want to go down Imagination Road, stop by and we'll have some fun, because we are all about positivity, creativity, and silliness. So we're about here. And I hope you guys are having fun. And don't forget, if you are drawing along with me, to message me on Facebook, send me your drawing, and I'll put it on my website along with the others. And we can show the world how amazing you are. Oh, Emily, you missed my twin brother. So what do you guys say? What do you say we get into another drawing? Oh, yeah, and if it is your first time and you're wondering why we're drawing hillbillies, every Wednesday at the end of the show, we bring out the whimsical wheel of whimsy. We write your suggestions on it. We spin the wheel. We let fate decide. So be sure, if you want to see me draw something, it could be super specific, like burgers with wings or unicorns that are all sleeping. I don't know. Put it in the comments and we'll do it at the end, and it'll be fun. So how about we draw a hillbilly? Let's get rid of this pig guy. I always hate to see them go. Sad, sad pig guy. And if you guys are enjoying the show and you love Mr. Gray oh so much, please share the video, send it around the internet as much as you can, and let's get this show on TV or somewhere. But before we do this, let me make sure I got this so I don't cut you guys off again. Producer Rosie, we good? We good. I'm gonna use that as my little marker. Huh, double entendre. All right, if you want to draw along with me, which I think you should, we're going to draw a hillbilly. So for this one, you're going to want your paper vertical, because we're actually going to draw a person. Really tall person. Okay. So let's see. You got to send the magical powers to your paper. Let's do a silly hillbilly girl. So I'm going to try to make it small, because I do know I want to do the whole body. So we're going to do the whole character. So I'm going to start right about here with an eyeball. And if you're wondering why it took me so long to draw that circle just now, every time I approach a drawing, I try to picture it in my head, on the paper, all the shapes. That way, you don't run out of paper. But if you do, you could do what I used to do as a kid. I'd just tape another piece of paper to it. Keep on going. All right, so this is gonna be, let's call her, I don't know. Maybe you guys can come up with a name for me as we draw her. Let's go ahead and make her eyes crossed. You can even give her little eyelashes. Okay, so now we're gonna break the face up into a couple different parts. So let's start with the ear. This is the way I like to approach my characters. And I just did a backwards C. Then we're gonna add in the little inner part of the ear. Let's go up to here and add our eye thingy. Now, I'm gonna give her a bowl cut on top of pigtails. So what we're gonna do with this bowl cut is, how about we just do the big bowl first. And then I'm gonna do a straight line, but right in the middle, I'm gonna come up 2 times, just like that. And then we're gonna bring in her sideburn. And then for the pigtail, I'm gonna repeat this step on both sides. So to start this one curved line, another curved line, and then let's do a couple more. Let me see if I can get her back in there. Hopefully I didn't make that worse. Did I make it worse? Am I cutting off her head again, guys? I apologize.
It's right to the top.
Okay. And then for the pigtail, I'm just gonna do a little triangle. Oh yeah, we can give her a mullet. A mullet and pigtails. There will be mullets tonight for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and put in her face. That way we can start on the next pigtail. Looks like my line was way off. Not sure how that happened. Okay. And then I'm repeating the same step. Look at those crazy pigtails. Crazy, crazy pigtails. If you're just joining us, we're drawing Hillbillies. Stick around. All right, so let's do this. Now, I'm gonna have her shoulders pushed up to her face. So I'm actually gonna add her shoulder in first. It's gonna look a little weird, but it'll make sense. And then, draw her neckline. All right, so let's do this mouth. So here's a little trick on how to do a female mouth. It's very similar to a male mouth. Okay, curved line. Add our cheek like we always do. Then we're gonna do our tongue just like I taught you. And then, she's a hillbilly. Gotta give her wonky teeth. Shout out to all the hillbillies out there. This is all out of love. Fate picked it, so those are my 2 excuses. Okay, so now I'm just gonna give her a very simple body, but before we get to that, it's important to draw the arm first. So I'm actually gonna give her a little bit of a thicker arm. Give her a funny little, what do you call that? Thumb. And then you're just gonna add in her 3 fingers. If you ever wondered why most cartoons only draw 3 fingers, 1 less finger to animate. Okay, so we're gonna give her a dress. We'll loop it back. And if you see these little upside down C's or U's, I guess U would have been a better way to explain that. We're gonna do that at the bottom of her dress. For all the girls who are in the room right now, I'm sure that's called something. I call it U's at the bottom of a dress. I got this from producer Rosie, so. Okay, let's add another one. I wanna say Paisley's, but I know that's not Paisley's. And I know it's not Brad Paisley, so. Let's go ahead and we'll just hide it back there. Okay, so now we're gonna draw her legs. So to make it simple, we're definitely not gonna run out of board here, so that's good. I'm gonna do 2 lines converging to a thinner point. And then I'm gonna make her barefoot. So my favorite thing to do barefoot is go real crazy with the toes. So let's start with a straight line. That's a big foot. Let's go ahead and make that a little smaller. 1 tiny toe, 2nd tiny toe, big old toe. I think it's just funny looking. You can even add a little nail on there if you wanted to. And now, let's do this same thing again. You want to try to make this one a little higher than this one. And now, since her foot's the other way, now you're going to start with big toe. Maybe just hide a toe back there. Can't really see it. And then let's go ahead and add our drop shadow. And if you are drawing along with me, you know what to do. Color that bad boy in black. So now what I'm going to do, Daisy May, I like it. I'm going to switch to a thinner marker, and let's add some detail. So, how about in the hair? We add some straight lines. Gives the hair a little bit more texture. For her dress, I'm going to do bigger and smaller polka dots, because if you guys haven't noticed already, I love polka dots. Then how about 3 lines on her arm? Yep, that's hair, if you're wondering what that is. Daisy May is a little hairy. Let's go ahead and give her hairy legs. Good old Daisy May. My name is Daisy May. All right. Let's go ahead and add some texture dots in the hair. That's what it needs. Maybe some texture dots in her arms. Daisy May. And you know what? Maybe she sees somebody she really loves. So, if you ever want to show, what would you call that? I guess love. Can't think of anything better. Just draw little hearts. And then, lastly, you guys know what to do. Don't forget to sign your masterpiece. And that is how you draw. Let me go ahead and put her name up there. Her name is Daisy May. And she likes corn and long walks. I got nothing. My twin brother would probably know. Actually, it looks like my twin brother's girlfriend, Daisy May. She's very sweet, though. And beautiful. We're all beautiful. I'm sorry, Daisy May. I take it all back. If you guys are just joining us on the Mr. Gray live show, while Mr. Gray makes it awkward, we are drawing Hillbillies, which was chosen by you guys last Wednesday, right here at 7 o'clock. We're here every week. It's super fun, it's super silly, and it's a place to escape the world and have some fun. And if you are drawing along with me, and if anyone out there drew Daisy May, please message me on Facebook. Send me your drawing, and I will put it on my website, QuickDrawMcDrew.com, with all this other awesome drawings. And what else? Don't forget to put your theme in. She could use some nair. But you know what? Her legs are beautiful no matter what. We're all beautiful in our own way. For sure. What do you guys say we get into another drawing? Yes? Yes. Let's do it. Everyone say bye, Daisy May. We'll see you later, Daisy May. And if you haven't already, fly on over to Amazon.com. Type in Mr. Gray Coloring Books. Gray, that's me. And you will find 3 thick, awesome coloring books full of tons and tons and tons of drawings and activities and a whole lot of funness. But before we do this next drawing, let's try this again. Producer Rosie, let's put a line here so we don't get cut off. Are we good? We're getting a big shake of a no. Are we good now? Something, whatever that means. Mountain? A little lower. All right. We're good. So let's go right here. All right. If you want to draw along with me, which I think you should, because we're all artists right here. Or here. Or here. I forget wherever the heart is. My heart's so big, I could point anywhere. But get out your markers. Get out your papers, grads. Let's draw a hillbilly. You know what? I heard someone say they want to see a banjo. You got it. Let's draw a hillbilly fish. That's right. Hillbilly fish. Here we go. If you're going to draw along with me, which you should. Did I already say that? Because you should. You should draw along with me. We're going to draw a hillbilly fish, and you want to hold your paper horizontal. And let's do this. All right. Guess what we're going to start with, guys? We're going to start with an eyeball. How about right here? How about here? How about there? That looks like a good spot to start with an eyeball. Once you have your first eyeball, guess what you can do? That's right, you can put in your second eyeball. And we're going full cross-eye on this one. This is gonna be a silly fish. Okay, let's start with his smile. So his smile is actually gonna have a big bottom lip. So we're actually gonna go backwards, okay? This is what we're gonna do. We'll go ahead and just draw a big old lip, just like that. And I do apologize if I keep snapping into this voice. We are drawing Hillbillies, so I do think I should get some leeway. Okay. Draw the eye thing. Yeah, I didn't say that. I was in my own head. Okay. This hillbilly fish is also going to have a trucker hat, and he's also going to have a mullet. So we got a lot going on here. So before we do that, let's get his forehead started. Once you have the forehead, you can go ahead and put in that trucker hat. Well, there it goes again. I just can't help myself. I can't stop it as I'm doing it. Okay, so that's going to be the brim of the hat. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do this. Boom, there's our hat. That's our brim of our hat. And now we're going to give him a big old trucker hat. And so I'm going to have it pushed in a little. So I'm going to go up, push in the middle. Then you're gonna do the same thing, push in the middle, with a little button there. Hold the hat together. And then, I feel it creeping up again. Let's go ahead and, yep, it's back. Let's go ahead and do the body. So the body is gonna be one curved line on the bottom, one curved line on the top. And if you guys wanna get a name ready for this here creature, I'm gonna have to get in front of you guys. Just like that. And let's do another one over here. And then let's do his fin. So I'll break it up into 2 parts. Super simple. Big ol' loop, followed by big ol' loop. And I purposely went a little further. That way it looks like the top fin is over the bottom fin. I just can't help myself. All right, so you guys wanted a banjo. He's going to be carrying a banjo. So here's how we're going to do this. Let's see. Banjo, arm. Let's start with banjo. My banjo might not be perfectly circular, but it is okay. Here's what I'm going to do to make this easier for myself. That's going to be the banjo. I'm going to draw a U, a very deformed U, but that's actually going to be his little fin. And then, without erasing this, I'm going to draw the banjo neck. It's a little wonky. We'll just pretend that's the water reflecting. Alright, so now we're going to make this a little bit more three-dimensional. So what we're going to do here is you're just going to come off here and do this. And again, if yours is as wonky as Mr. Gray's is, it's okay. Because it's all about making it silly. And I think I'm going to leave it like that because I'm going to come back with a thinner marker and do some detail. So let's finish off these fins. One fin up here. One fin down here. Yeah, let's put a little baby fin over here. This is a very weird looking fish. Alright, so let's add in his mullet. I'm going to do a straight line just like that. Straight line going across. And then just some curly hair. I might even have his other fin hanging out over here. Alright, so to make this fish a hillbilly, you know what we got to do? Big old hillbilly teeth. And I think I'm about ready to switch to my thinner marker. You got it. We're going to switch to our thinner marker, and that's what you would use for banjo strings, because you don't want to use the thick marker for the strings. So I'm going to switch to this thinner one, and let's start with the hat. Let's start with a line of dots. A hashtag or pound sign for the back part of the mesh part of the trucker hat. Let's separate his body. And you're gonna follow the shape of his round body. And I like to break it up with little dots. Let's add a V sort of here. Kind of do it on all of them. He's got the mullet power. Do some there. And then for fish scales, you only have to do a couple, and you just draw backward C's. Just like that. All right, let's work on the banjo a little bit. Let's add a circle here. It's gonna be the inside of the banjo. We can even add a little inside part, and if we wanted to be extra fancy, we can color that in too. And now, oh boy, let's try to get these lines as straight as we can. And by the way, I am totally freeballing a banjo right now. I don't know what a banjo looks like exactly, so if you're a banjo player out there, please don't hurt my feelings. All right, I'm gonna do these strings as best as possible, even though as I'm doing them, they look incredibly wonky. But you know what? He's a wonky little creature. And again, this is my interpretation of how a banjo... Oh boy! I just made a huge oopsie doopsie moment. I am so sorry. Don't ever do that. Luckily, I'm on a dry erase board, so let's go ahead and just slightly get rid of that. Oh, I'm embarrassed. See, Mr. Gray makes mistakes too. It's all good. All right, let's add our little twisty knobs that do that thing where you tune it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Musicians out there are probably like, ugh, it's called the thing. I can't even think of anything. Okay, let's go ahead and give him some chin hair. Maybe some more body hair. He is a hillbilly after all. Some hair there. You know what? We could really turn this up. And we could add some drool. They got 5 strings. All right, you know what? I have an idea. Ready, guys? This is how you turn up silliness factor. I'm gonna erase that part there. Because here's what makes art beautiful. You can do whatever the heck you want. So we're gonna add one of these twisty knobs right in the front. That's a special twisty knob that does... I'm terrible. It does something cool. Let's go around and add some texture dots before I dig my hole even deeper than it already is. Let's put some hair on this. That's gonna work. Let's do some circles for bubbles. And lastly, you guys know what to do. Don't forget to sign your masterpiece. And that is how you draw a hillbilly fish. His friends call him, what do they call him? Do that thing. That's accurate. They have, I'm just reading your comments in a hillbilly voice.
Billy Bass.
Billy Bass. Everybody, welcome to the world. His name is Billy Bass. Billy Bass. That comes from Producer Rosie. That's a good one. You know why I call him Billy Bass? That's not from Producer Rosie. I'm getting a big head shake. I just done messed up. Who said Billy Bass? I'm going to go find you. Billy Bass. Billy Bass. Belinda said Billy Bass. Good job, Belinda. That's Billy Bass. You know why they call him Billy Bass? Because he plays on a bass guitar. I know, it's a banjo. Anyways, I'm Mr. Gray. If it's your first time joining me, what is that? If it's your first time joining I don't know. This is the Mr. Gray Live Show. We draw cartoons. I teach you how to do it. When I say we, it's all the voices in my head. And we're all about positivity here. So if you're having fun, tell your friends. Sometimes you just gotta reset. Are you ever in a conversation and you're like, why did I say that? Like when you're getting on a plane and they're like, have a safe flight, and you're like, you too. And you're like, ah, why did I say that? Well, Mr. Gray has a lot of those moments just in life. So, how much time we got on the Mr. Gray Live Show? We have 20 minutes left. I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds. I want you to go get a piece of paper, a marker, a crayon, your roommate's face, your friend's face, your brother's face. Find something to draw on. Let's do this next one together. And don't forget to message me your drawings, and I'll put it on QuickDrawMcDrew.com. That's he website. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a blast. I hope you're enjoying me making a fool of myself. I know I enjoy it. Oh, and don't forget, put your themes in. Let's do it right now. Rapid fire. Tonight's theme is Hillbillies. You know how we got to Hillbillies? At the end of every show, we're going to bring out the whimsical wheel of whimsy. We're going to write down your suggestions on it. We're going to spin it like Wheel of Fortune, and whatever it lands on, I'm going to draw right here next Wednesday. So name anything you want, as long as it's not like a copyrighted character like Mickey Mouse. So use your imagination. Maybe we can do a whole theme that revolves around rainbows. Maybe it's a food theme. Maybe it's animals made out of rocks. Maybe it's cheese animals. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's makeup. I don't know. Maybe it's fairies or mermaids or Draculas or octopus or sea creatures made out of cheese. I don't know why I keep going back to cheese, but you get it. It could be as wonky as you want it to be. Use that imagination, because I believe your imagination never dies. It just sleeps, and for some of us, it might go into a coma, but I promise you, your imagination's there. So bring it out right now. Start putting it in themes. Don't be shy. Just put it in there. No one's going to judge you. This is a judge-free stream. We support each other. We love each other. And we talk about chocolate. Okay? That's the Mr. Gray Live Show. Ricky Rat. So Ricky Rat would be like a rat theme. I like it. We haven't drawn rats. And if I had my third coloring book, but my twin brother took it from me, I have a coloring book out right now called the Animal Mashup Coloring Book. And you know what it is? I took two animals and I mashed them together. So like a pig melon. Half pig, half melon. That's not another animal. That's a watermelon. How about a ractopus? Raccoon, octopus. Mashed together. All right, you guys ready to do another drawing? I know I am. And even as I'm drawing, you can still put your themes in. Even though I know that means you're not drawing. But if you're just hanging out watching, just put your theme in. All right, if you want to draw along with me, we are going to draw. Let's draw a hillbilly turtle. So you want to make sure your paper is horizontal on this one. Get out your marker. And guess what we're going to start with? Did you guess right? An eyeball. It's a little wonky eyeball, don't you think? Once we got our first eyeball in there, let's make a better one. There we go. He's a hillbilly, so it'll all work out. So I'm thinking this turtle is going to be chewing on some hay. And I'm going to give him a very weird bottom lip. But how about this one? We go ahead and give him some hillbilly teeth on the bottom. And we're going to make this hillbilly not cross-eyed, just very lost in life. And then right above the left eye, we're going to add in our eye thingy just like that. And then, again, he's going to have a trucker hat. I apologize for my constant humming. I don't know what the proper term is. I will try to limit that. So we're going to draw a hat. You guys remember how to do it? You do that. That's your hardest line. Once you have that line in there, though, we're going to be fine. Then we're going to bring this up just like that. And then I'm actually going to do the back of his head into his neck first. That way we don't misdraw our hat. And for him, let's go ahead and square it off. Add a little button on top. And then a nice long neck. Now this hillbilly is eating a piece of straw. I'm going to make it a wonky straw because why not? Sometimes you just got to eat a wonky straw. And if you can't see what I just did here, it's actually super cool. I learned this a long time ago. Not sure how. Probably picked it up somewhere, but here's a cool little thing you can do for a bushel of hay. So I'm actually not connecting any of those lines, but it's super cool. It makes it look fluffy, and I don't know, makes it look cool. So that's what I did right here, just in case you can't see it. I'm gonna use my thumb and get rid of that. Okay, let's continue. Curved line right here. And then we're gonna go whoop, whoop. And if you wanna make the sound effect, you absolutely can. It does give you more power. Okay, so picture a turtle shell, right? I'm gonna stop halfway. Right about there. And then I'm gonna try to bring this back around. If you're wondering why we stopped there, you will find out. And then I'm gonna go 1, 2. Those are 2 curved lines right there. And then I'm gonna come straight across. And that'll be his underbelly. All right, you guys are desperately wondering why we did this. Here's what we're gonna do. Straight line like that. That's right. There's a little American flag for this hillbilly turtle. And it's actually gonna be taped onto his shell. Okay, let's add his little tail. Robot dinosaurs. Like it. Keep going with those themes, y'all. Alright, let's go ahead and give him some hillbilly feet. So I'm just going to make him have some really big toes. Just one really big toe. I'm going to repeat this step 3 more times. I'm just a hillbilly turtle. Everybody calls me Timothy. Timothy the turtle. Timothy the turtle guy. And then, just like all my other creatures, I like to give them a nice drop shadow. That way we know they're not floating off like Sandra Bullock. Was it Sandra Bullock? Or was it Clooney? I never saw that movie, but I think you know the reference. Somebody floated away in space. Maybe not. Oh, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert on the movie Gravity. Hope I didn't ruin it for ya! Alright, now I'm going to switch to a thinner marker and let's add some detail. The detail's in the fabric, they say, so let's go ahead up to this fabric and add a little dotted line. Go ahead and put a hashtag or pound sign. And then let's just go ahead and write deer. Deer right across his hat because he likes deer, hunting deer, looking at deer, eating deer. His whole life revolves around deer. Let's go ahead and add some circles here, some little pieces of hair, maybe some hair on his chin and his neck. You can add some lines here. I can't get out of the voice. I do apologize. Let's go back up to this American flag, draw a square. And no way in heck am I going to draw 50 stars. 50 stars? 52 stars? How many states are there? 50? I'm proud to be an American. Okay. Let's add some turtle shells. Turtle power. And you can't mess this up, folks. If you see how crazy I'm getting with this, just make sure you don't run into the other guy. You can also add little lines. It'll give it a ridge. Let's go around and add some texture dots. Good old texture dots. Hope my brother's doing okay. I think he's busy coloring my coloring books. And, you know what? What the heck? Let's go ahead and give this turtle a tattoo. I'm going to give him a big old mom tattoo. Because that's the best tattoo you can get. Just mom with an arrow through the heart. Which, actually, that sounds weird. Why do they do that? Oh, Cupid? I don't know. Okay, lastly, don't forget to sign your masterpiece. Forgot to draw my smiley face. If you didn't know that, There's a smiley face in my signature. Got really sloppy. Whew, if you're just joining the Mr. Gray live show, welcome. I'm Mr. Gray. I'm a wascally cartoonist. I make coloring books. I draw cartoons. I eat, I breathe, I sleep. I do a lot of things. But we're here every Wednesday at 7 o'clock right here on Facebook. Don't forget to follow, like, share, tell your friends, paint it on your house. Do whatever you got to do to tell the world about the Mr. Gray live show and how awesome it is. And if you know somebody that loves drawing cartoons or animation, send them this link. They'll have fun. And then hopefully they'll send me their drawings. You guys see that segue? Message me on Facebook. Oh, and don't forget to put in your themes. Don't forget to be happy. And just remember, if you think nobody loves you, Mr. Gray loves you. So for whatever it's worth, for whatever it's worth. Mr. Gray loves you. Life is beautiful. Stay positive. Stay happy. Stay creative. Stay silly. Tennessee turtle. Wait, is that the name we're going with? Tennessee turtle. Let's see what we got here. What names we got? Oh, we got Tennessee turtle. Tennessee. Oh, I guess turtle. Turtle works. Tennessee turtle. Yeehaw! This is this theme has made me lose my mind. Officially lost my mind. You guys ready to do another drawing? Looks like this will be our last drawing of the night, so get your themes in. Let's get out the magical eraser thingy. Listen, I'm not saying that we all need to get married together, but that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is life is beautiful, and if you're having a bad day, and it lands on a Wednesday, I apologize. If your bad day lands on a Wednesday, you know where to go to make yourself feel better. If it lands on the other days of the week, just watch the previous one, or wrap yourself in styrofoam and wait till Wednesday, and everything will be better. Let's draw Daisy Mae's boyfriend. You guys ready to draw Daisy Mae's boyfriend? This is going to be the last drawing of the night here on the Mr. Gray Live Show. I'm Mr. Gray, and my brother's here, my twin brother, if you haven't seen him. If you're wondering who my twin brother is, when this is over, replay it, and you'll see. He took over the show. If you're going to draw along with me at home, which I think you should, because I think we're all amazing, and I know you're amazing, you should get out your paper, you should hold it vertically, you should get out your marker, pencil, crayon, or pickle, and you should draw along with me. Vertical, let's do this. Daisy Mae's boyfriend. Guess what we're going to start with? That's right. An eyeball. Before we do the next eyeball, though, let's give him a big old nose. Followed by a second eyeball. And Daisy Mae's boyfriend is he's a little out there. Let's go ahead and give him a big old ear. And then, big old smile. Okay, so, you guys remember how to do the mouth? I know you do, because you're professionals. Loop it, add the second, and boom, there's a tongue. Like you weren't even trying. Alright. And now, we gotta make him a hillbilly. You guys know how to make hillbillies? Big old wonky teeth. Okay, so now let's go up above the eye. And then, let's add a little sideburn there. And here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna be bald with a mullet, naturally. I'm gonna stop right there. Do a jig. If you don't know I'm doing a jig, here's my hand. We're gonna connect these lines. Just like that, look at that, boom. Then we're gonna go, boom. Then we're gonna go, I'm kidding. I won't do it the whole way. Let's get rid of that. Get out of here. Okay, let's draw the back of his neck. Then come back over to the left eye. draw the front of his face. Before I finish the mullet, because I know you guys are dying for me to finish this mullet, I'm actually going to go to his body first. That way I know where to put his mullet. And I'm going to have to get in front real quick. So this is going to go from his neck to like his butt. Just like that. Don't forget, guys, the Whimsical Wheel of Whimsy is coming out next. So get your themes in now. Or forever hold your peace. There's his little silly little mullet. He just got a perm recently. And then let's go ahead and just start with the short so you guys can see what in the heck I'm doing. And you're gonna round the bottom of his pants just like that. Once you got the rounded pants of one leg, you can go ahead and add the line straight up just like that. And then you can even go ahead and just go whoop, just like that. Now, I'm going to have to get in front of you guys again one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and do his belly. You know, big old belly. And this is his other leg. It's the other meat. What am I referencing? I have no idea. Things just pop into my brain. All right, so he is super excited to see Daisy May as well. We'll go ahead and, that's going to be his arm. You'd actually go ahead and draw 2 parallel lines. Now here's what I like to do with the hand. I'm real loose with it. You just kind of make it up. You just go back and then 2. It works. We know what it means. I'm gonna add 3 pieces of hair. And I'm gonna add just a little piece of his arm right there. And then let's go ahead and add his foot. I'm going to do it at the same time. Let's go ahead and add the back of his foot, the back of his feet. Now, if you remember the feet we did with Daisy May, we went like this. We drew a little one, and then a big one, and there was his foot. And then when we did the other foot, we went with a big toe, little toe, and did that. And then let's go ahead and add a drop shadow to the sound of cha-cha-chia. Oh, and if you're at home, you know what to do. Color that in black. All right, so the next part, I'm actually gonna switch to a thinner marker to add more detail to whatever his name is. Triple mashup. I'm into it. I'm into it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna draw his pants. Let's add some details to that pants. So I'm gonna draw little dotted lines back here. That'll be his back pocket. I'm gonna draw a dotted line here. That's gonna be his front zipper. Then I'm gonna draw some belt loops, which is just rectangles. Then we're gonna draw some fuzzy things because he did cut his jeans off. What else? Hairy feet. That's for sure. What else? Hairy head with liver spots. Little center chest piece. Maybe a belly button, which is just a backward C. What else? Let's add another line for a zipper. That makes more sense to my brain. Maybe a little wavy line at the bottom of his pants. Makes it look like he cut it off more. And it's all this little detail that you start to add to your character that really turns it up a notch. That's back hair, because he can't reach that. You know what? Let's go ahead and give him a few chest hair. Let's go ahead and add maybe his bottom lip. And I think that's going to do it. Oh, you know what? How about we do this? If you ever want to show that the body or shirt is tucked into the pants, all you do is you do curved lines like that. But you want to make sure that you curve like that. You want to curve with the shape of the body. You can't do this. You know, you just can't do that. Don't do that. All right, let's go ahead. You guys know what to do. Sign your masterpiece. And that is how you draw Daisy May's boyfriend. And his name is what? Oh, a rope belt would have been perfect. Maybe we can squeeze that in. I'm going to do my best to squeeze this in here. It's going to be crude. And it's going to be tiny. And then a little rope belt. There. That's our crude rope belt. And let's call him Cletus. This has been the Cletus Show. I hope you guys have had a blasty blast. Don't forget, guys, share this video, send it to the world. We're about to bring out the whimsical wheel of whimsy. And don't forget what else, just in case we get too excited when we spin the wheel. Don't forget to pick up my coloring books. Don't forget to be awesome. Don't forget to tune in next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to put in your theme. Are we ready for the whimsical wheel of whimsy? We are ready for the whimsical wheel of whimsy. You know what that means. Don't leave. Are you ready? It's time to figure out what the whimsical wheel of whimsy is going to have us draw next week right here on the Mr. Gray Live Show. Let's get that from producer Rosie. All right. Okay, Turn the oven to 375. Cook for 20 minutes. That's how you cook chicken. Okay. Nope, that's the wrong pen. Let's get that one out of here. All right. Next week, right here on the Mr. Gray Live Show at 7 o'clock with your host, me, Mr. Gray. Are we drawing animals with unibrows? And remember, folks, I am not an English major, and I don't know how to spell, and I have a loose grasp on something. So if my writing looks horrible or I'm spelling it wrong, whoever wrote Alien Impersonators, Alien Elvis Impersonators, if you didn't know, I love Elvis. Imperson. Let's just do that. Half animal, half human hybrid. Yes. That's my winner so far. Half animal. And I won't draw a centaur, because you know what? You guys have seen that. Half human. Aliens. Have we done aliens? We haven't done aliens. Ooh, Mr. Gray's favorite. That's boy. Favorite. Robot. Dinosaur. Speaking of dinosaurs, I'm working on a dinosaur coloring book right now. I just realized I wasn't supposed to tell you. Shh. I swear I'm not. We can edit that out. It's not like it's live. Okay, where was I? Robot. Okay, road. Kill. Zombies. I'm working on a zombie coloring book too. I can tell you that. Rejected theme park mascots. Who said that? That is amazing. That's what I'm talking about. That right there is imagination at its best. That's how you think outside the box, folks. That's what I'm looking for. This spelling is horrible. Animals on skates. Animals on cars. Animals on planes. Animals. Triple mashup. Like a triple ice cream cone. 70s disc. What is that? That's a T. 70s disco. And last but not least, triple mashup person, food, animal. What is triple mashup over here?
Whatever you want it to be.
Oh. We have a loose one, and then we have a hyper-specific one. Person, food, animal. Oh, boy. Okay, you guys ready to spin the whimsical wheel of whimsy and find out what Mr. Gray is going to be drawing right here on the Mr. Gray Live Show? Is it going to be something? All right, tune in next week, 7 o'clock to find out. Wait, no, you're going to find out now. Next week, 7 o'clock, right here on Facebook, I'm going to be drawing Animals on Skates. That lost its luster because I can't even read my own writing. Animals on Skates. That's right. Join me next week here on the Mr. Gray Live Show where we are going to draw animals on skates. Fun fact, I played hockey like my whole life. Did you know that? So this is going to be a fun one because I love skates. So we're going to do rollerblades. We're going to do like the skates with the weird thing in the front, like the 4 wheels. It's like mini cars on your feet. We're going to do that. We're going to have a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm going to have to go find my twin brother though. So I hope you guys have had a blast. And don't forget to message me your drawings. I would love to see them, and I would love to repost them and show the world how amazing it is. And remember to just be awesome. So until next week, guys, I need to go find my brother. So stay positive, stay creative, and above all, I picture you saying it at home. Stay silly. I'm going to go find my twin brother. You'll never catch me! You'll never catch me! Come save me, guys! Mr. Gray's trying to take me! Ah!